This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. So what I wanted to do today was just look at the Browns offensive line, the all 22 of it, from the first teamers that are out there on the right side, really, right? Focusing on these guys who are out there to see, you know, what kind of preview we can get from that. It's going to be a little bit less edited than a normal film breakdown that I usually would do. This is going to be a little bit more casual. We're just going to talk about some of the things that we see as they go on here, because it's only about 2 series. We're talking about like 4 minutes of game film in real time here. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here we go. I think this first one was a run play. Yep. So run play here. If you're wondering why this one got blown up, 20 blows this one up. I think 20 just makes a good play here, good call. So you can see 20 is in motion here with Atkins. So it's safe to presume that he's manned up on Atkins. Atkins does rotate here, well, motion here, which should take him out to play, but he does a good job recognizing what's going on here. So you see how he's going there? And maybe I think Jameis should have waited. I don't know how this thing get called for illegal procedure. It's like he did not get set. Well, he's not on the line of scrimmage, so maybe he doesn't have to get set. But still, I think Jameis snapped the ball a bit early here, right? Because you can see he was going to follow him and he would have been out the way. But what Jameis did was actually force him on the side of the run play. So instead of this being the Browns having numbers for this play, now they lost the numbers advantage. So I don't know why he snapped the ball so fast. Maybe it was a play clock issue. It's the preseason. They didn't even call this, but it would have been called a penalty in the regular season. That's why I think you want to wait, make sure he gets over there, get him out the play first. And because he's in the play, he blows this up. Dewan does a good job sealing on the other end. Wyatt does a good job getting rid of this linebacker, climbing to that second level. And you can see the plays there. Ethan seals it up too with help from Zach Zenter. So the play is supposed to go right here through this gap. So maybe that's why. Maybe Jameis should have snapped the ball earlier. I don't know. Something about the snap, I think, is what messed this up. Because 20 ain't supposed to be there, right? They motion. Yeah, I think he snapped the ball too early. Because if 20's over there, I think you can deal with that. All right, so yeah, but they get the run play they want here. You know, there's a seal, hole here. But 20 is just blowing this play up, unfortunately. Let's get to the next one. So this is a 5-0 protection here, right? So when you say 5-0, that means just pure empty, only 5 offensive linemen. Usually, if there's no mic point, and when you point to the mic, this is designating which player you think it's blitzing. It's not pointing out the mic linebacker itself. Usually when there's no point to the strong side of the field, you have 3 slide and then 2 kick over this way. A lot of teams will try to overload this and try to send 3 where you have 2, right? That's how you get the numbers on here. They ran a pretty vanilla front, so this got blocked up pretty easily, right? They have the numbers, and on this side is where something funky happens. So here, what they're running, and again, this is common when you get 5-0 protection. What they're running is a twist. The reason the twist is effective in 5-0 is obvious. It's why you run pick and rolls in basketball, right? You can get two people in the way. So they're going to run a twist here and then let the strong side be strong here with the three up there. And they're obviously not going to have a problem here. Jermaine Ifedi and Zach Zenter don't do a great job on this twist. I think it's really Ifedi who does a horrible job here, right? Because I'm not expecting you to cut around Zenter and then pop up on the other side and block or anything like that. That would be completely unrealistic, right? To ask them to move that fast. The defensive players are always going to be able to move faster than you, but you just gotta get a better punch than that, right? Like you gotta attack it once you realize it's coming. And he didn't realize it fast enough, and then he didn't attack it. All right, this one. Another 5-0 game. So 5-0. I don't think that's Jerome Ford staying. Is Jerome Ford staying? Yeah, no. So it's another 5-0 protection. 3 strong, 2 weak. And they're probably going to twist again, right? Like they're probably going to twist this. It was working pretty much all day. Here, I mean, 2-on-3 starters on starters. They're not going to get nothing with that. And Wyatt actually does a good job. I know he falls here, and it's going to look bad on Wyatt. The only reason he falls is he bumps into Ethan Posic's leg, and so that's something that Ethan Posic is going to get negatively graded on here for. Because you want to be a little bit more aware of where you are in space. But we talked about this in Ethan Posic's ranking video. He's not the most graceful athlete that you ever seen, right? So this can happen. But even then, he does a great job of eating all of this speed that Boye Mafe throws at him. Like, he deads that momentum enough to where Boye isn't the one that makes that play there. You give Jameis that extra second. It's just Jermaine does a bad job again handling this twist. Gets way too deep in his depth. And then because he's so deep, he can't do anything about it. He's in a very unpowerful position when this twist comes for him. And it was just super easy for the Seahawks to do that to them all game. That's probably why he got cut. But yeah, and then you see here, it's actually number 10. No, it's Boye that gets a hand on it. So good job on Boye. But yeah, Ethan trips up Wyatt there. Wyatt does a good job of just slowing him down a little bit. But what you gonna do there, right? So that's on Ethan, if anything. Just gotta be a little bit more aware. All right. Oh, this is the chop block play where unfortunately a player got injured. So nothing really here to break down. I mean, the Browns do a good job of blocking this up, cutting that out. Jameis just makes a horrid decision with the ball here. He just did not see that linebacker for whatever reason. He was running that route for him. Yeah, he should have just threw this thing to Atkins, who was wide open in the flat. Horrid decision. All right. So what happens in this one? Okay, so Wyatt and Dewan do a good job with this twist here. All right. So again, similar thing. You got a 5-man protection, 5 1/4, because you do get a chip block from him before he releases to the flat. Um, but again, 3 to the strong, 2 to the weak. Well, no, actually it's flipped. So this is actually like 300 jet. So 3 to the weak side, 2 to the strong side, which means that there was a mic point here or something where I identified that there were 3 coming on this side, and only 2 on that side. And it looks like they're right here. So now we're going to get to see the starters, Wyatt Teller and Dewan Jones, deal with this twist here. And I think they do a good job, if I remember correctly. Yeah, good job there. See, that's how the twist is done. Like, that's how that's handled. And you notice here when they have the 3 here, and look, if the Browns had to start a backup tackle, they would just pretty much protect them like they're doing right now here, right? The chip block here to make sure Fetty can't get twisted on. That's one adjustment. And then for the twist, you're just going to keep 3 that side on a Fetty side, no matter which side of the field he's on, so that you have somebody there for that twist, and you can handle that. So that's just how you would mitigate damage from a left tackle who's not playing very well, and getting taken advantage of. You saw how the stunts and twists were doing him. This is how you solve it in the game, right? So the negatives to that is that it does make you a little bit easier to draw up a blitz against, because you could just notice this and send 3 to Wyatt and Dewan's side. It's the preseason, so nobody's going to really do all that. But you could do it in a regular season game. And then obviously with Jordan Atkins, he does have to wait to get out there. So, you know, you're kind of banking on that protection working, because it's going to take a little time for everything to develop here. But yeah, nice twist handling by Wyatt and Dewan. This is how it is done. Good job. Great job there. Way to eat that bull rush by Ethan Posick, right? This is textbook handling a bull rush. Boom in the chest. And look, he gets blown the hell off that. He gets pushed. This was a strong bull rush he dealt with. But it's not about that first burst, right? It's about that second and third. Can you lower that burst? Can you stay on your feet? And yeah, he gets pushed a couple yards here, but he does a good job chopping it up, getting beat slowly, doing the bunny hop, whatever you want to call it. And that allows Jameis to get to this corner and at least get out of bounds. Okay, let's play here. So this play is a slide right? Like this isn't half slide like we've seen earlier. This is a full slide right with Dewan staying, well, not right. This is a full slide left with Dewan staying on the right side. So the protection looks like this. Obviously, you leave Dewan Jones kind of vulnerable. You would only call this in specific situations where you think it's very useful. But let's see how this protection holds up. Dewan does a good job fighting on that island. Yeah, this protection holds up pretty strong here. All right, so you get Wyatt here to double with Ethan. Ethan does a good job there, and then again you get another twist that Wyatt does a good job of handling here. Good outing from Wyatt Teller in this one. I'm excited for Wyatt Teller after this. I know I've been down on him a little bit, but this was nice to see. All right. So, yeah, you see, you get the little twist there handled. I mean, you got numbers here. All right. And Wyatt just not manhandles, but does a good job stopping him there. Yeah, good protection. Held up. The hell was Zach Center doing here? Okay. Yeah, I see why they cut Jermaine. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Well, okay, first of all, what is this set? I mean, I know Jerome kind of gets in your way, but why are you in Jerome's way? Is really the question. Look, what is this set? He is at what? He's at nine wide nine. Yeah, he's your guy is at wide nine. What is this kicks? I don't know. Okay, well, he's not the problem in this play. I think. I think this one. Let's see what happens here. So I mean, you could blame a little bit of everybody here in the interior. So basically, they're looping here, which is I'm gonna take the center, and what I want you to do is use me to loop through, right? So basically, it's a game of angles. That's all the line of scrimmage is one player trying to get a better angle on the other, right? So what this is designed to do, and I think this is definitely a bad rep from Zenter because he gave up a bad angle to start here, right? So he just kind of gives up a lot of ground here, and I get why. They're in the middle of a slide, but yeah, he just gets caught on the back of his heels here, which makes it very easy for 90 to get a great angle on him on the inside. And he kind of gets cleared out. And in that clear out, in his attempt to kind of like wash him out the pocket or run him out, he actually runs him straight into Ethan Posick, which ends up freeing his man. So Ethan was doing a good job, but you know, he just comes victim to the mess there. That's a rookie being a rookie. It's nothing to really be that concerned about. There you go, Wyatt. Nice catch. Good Lord. What a ball. I mean, Jameis is a crazy man. All right. let's look at the block. No, we're not here for Jameis. Love this, man. If you ever watched JT O'Sullivan, he has a saying, pass protection is not passive. It's a great example of it, right? So Wyatt starts out here on this side. Sliding with Dewan. Now, what Wyatt is doing is being aware, and this is why Wyatt can be really good when he's on his game. What he's doing is being aware. He sees 44. He knows if 44 comes to be ready for a stunt, twist, something. But if 44 goes back into coverage, well then there's just this guy with Loki Latu on Dewan. You feel good about Dewan being able to handle that. So you want to make sure Dewan doesn't run into issues. But once you realize he doesn't, you got time on your hands. So what do you do with that time? Well, this is what he does, right? So he realizes, okay, I'm not really helpful here. Dewan's got that handled. So what does he do? He goes to that other side and he finds somebody to just clear the hell out. And he clears it out, which is very important because look at where this ball goes, right? If 73 is allowed to rush here and he doesn't get bumped down here, he could get a hand up here and bat this pass down. So this is why, again, pass protection is not passive. Wyatt gets in there, knocks him down. Now he can't even bat the pass if he wanted to. Clean passing lane there. Good job, Cedric Tillman. And not a great rep by Dewan. He gets a little bit. 94 gets the better of him here, right? Little bit too much ground he gives up here, right? When we saw Ethan Posick give up that ground, you remember Ethan Posick's feet were parallel. each time he gave up that ground. So it was a step here, a step here, a step here, a step here. But what Dewan does on this play is like step, 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 and you just see how much more ground. Like that's 5 steps when you're not parallel. This is 5 steps when you are parallel. It's just so much more ground that you give up. And that's kind of what happens to Juan, right? So the first step, he's not parallel. The second step, he's not parallel. The third step, he's not parallel. And then look, he's all the way in the lap. Now, technically holds up, but still way too close for comfort. Everybody else, Wyatt handles his man pretty well. Ethan does a good job on the inside. And then even Jermaine Ifedi does a good job anchoring there. It's good anchor here. Like this is a great anchor here by Jermaine Ifedi on this side. So yeah, I know I've been pretty tough on him on this. Good anchor here by Ifedi. Not showing this because I think Ifedi's going to be important this year. He already got cut, but just showing you this because I want to let y'all see what an anchor is supposed to look like. You see how that bull dies right there, and then boom, that guard gets there. Hey, good job, Zach Center. Pass protection is not passive. A great run by Jerome Ford here. Let's see what opens that up. So first thing here, you get the orbit motion to clear out space. You see how you time that snap up too. So you get the orbit motion. Time the snap up. And you get it while that DB is about to clear the hole, right? When he can't do about it. He's already committed. So good timing on the snap there. And then good job on the line of scrimmage. Wyatt handles that. Oh, was that post? Who was that? Zenter. Great job here. Zenter gets from his guard position and pulls to that tackle. I was wondering if that's something that he could do at a high level. So it's nice to see him do that here. You know, athleticism was something you were worried about with him. But good job there. Oh, meets him physical too. Love it. Love that. That's a great job by Zenter. And then Wyatt and Dewan do a good job teaming up here to just whip 73's ass. Ethan's holding up really well there one-on-one. And then Wyatt. Oh, great setup there by Jerome Ford, right? So you see Jerome Ford, just good setup, right? This little hesitation here. You see how Jerome takes so Jerome's normal gait, he gets about a yard a step, right? And you see how those first 2 steps, he covers 2 yards of ground. 1, 2, and then he chops it up here, gives Wyatt some time to clear that gap. Boom. And ooh, if he came this close to busting that one big. It's a great run blocking. I mean, I hope that's the future for what Jerome Ford looks like this year. I really do, because if it is, I'm excited. This is Deontay Foreman in now. All right, so they just checked to something. So you got 6 on the line. And you deal with a late blitzer here. See how they handled it. And we don't get to see because there was a penalty. False start. That's a damn shame that that rep gets wasted. Here, I mean, this is a run action look where they're just basically trying to fool you in the running to making you think they run. So you can get an RPO over top. Or maybe it's just an RPO and he threw that alert. Either way, there's not much you're going to be able to tell from this. By the way, I love that there's RPOs in here again. Like, man, we didn't have those for a while. All right. Again, this protection holds up pretty well. Browns just have numbers here, 4-3 twist, and you see the twist ain't a problem on the 3 side, especially. But Dewan and Wyatt, at least in the preseason, they're gonna handle any twist you're gonna throw at them. Wyatt is a pro, and Dewan is massively giant. Again, here nothing much to see protection wise. Good football by Jameis here. Nice ball here. Again, twist to the 3 side here. What to the zone side of this protection. It gets handled pretty well here. And I think Wyatt Teller at one point just like stops the whole twist by himself. Yeah, good ball here. Oh, end around. I've talked about this one though. Yeah, Jamari just doesn't do a good job blocking on this one. Yeah, they full inside. I don't think the inside blocking action to play fake really fooled anybody either. I think that was an issue. Like, because I think the hope was that you held these 2 guys, like him and him, you held them a half a second longer, because those guys not being held just kill this gap here. And I think that's what Elijah Moore was thinking. Oh, I'll just cut up here and take that. And I think that's what Jamari Thrash was thinking, but that outside lane wasn't there. Either way, you want a stronger block by Thrash here. I think if David Bell's in there, I think David does a good job with that, but he's injured right now. Yeah, nothing really crazy here. Quick set. All right. I think that's every snap. Nope, one more. Yep, it was another quick set. It's every snap that we saw. I'm not sure if this is going to be like gospel, right? It's not enough information for it to be gospel. But you know what we saw from the starters, I would be encouraged with. Yeah, I'd be encouraged with this. How much separation do you have? Yeah, a better ball does score there, but honestly, it's not enough separation to where like he couldn't make a play. It's a 50-50. But anyways, my opinions on whether that was a surefire touchdown or not. I like what I saw from the offensive line here. You got to take it with a grain of salt. It's preseason. It's only 2 drives. But I like what I saw from the offensive line here. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.